Recent government reports say there should be more doctors at the scene of life-threatening incidents, so I've come to the people who commission the ambulance service for South Central England. And I'm here to ask why they're relying on a charity for critical emergency cover. They do acknowledge the service the volunteer doctors offer.
I think they provide a fantastic role, and they're quite rare occasions, but you know, on the odd occasion that is needed, it's a valuable service that they provide to the ambulance service.
Now, at the moment, they say they can only get to just over half the calls they receive because they're volunteers. Is that right, that they're not free enough to get to all the jobs they need to?
The vast majority of times when they are called, it's as an extra support to the paramedics rather than an absolute essential. And very much, you know, the basics doctor is there to support what the paramedic does. The paramedic has extensive life-saving skills, and in most cases their skills are more than adequate to deal with the situation. And you know, obviously unfortunately there'll be times when basics can't attend, but so far, you know, it's working very well.
Some of Phil's jobs bear this out. Called out to a couple of crashes, there's nothing more serious to deal with than a broken leg. But then, a spate of severe head injuries, including 19-year-old Jamie Hole, who needs sedation, anaesthetic and oxygen.
I had 4 different young men on intensive care units in comas that I had been involved with, and it was shocking, quite honestly.
Fluffy trousers.
Hospitals like Basingstoke give Basics essential drugs, but the rest comes from fundraising. This is one of the ways Basics raises money for the equipment. It costs £15,000 just to put one doctor on the road. Well, that kits out the car and buys other medical supplies. Even then, the doctors pay for things like petrol and insurance out of their own pockets.
Well, it is a voluntary service. Nobody sort of forces the doctors to come forward. Most of these doctors have experience either in A&E departments in their current role or in previous roles before they became GPs, and they want to maintain and use those skills for both their own personal development but also for the benefit of patients.
Back at the scene, news that the road to the hospital is blocked. Phil will need to monitor Jamie's condition till the ambulance reaches A&E.
Is that funded?
Not by the state, it's all charity. So the month is up, and I've done 25 jobs for the ambulance service. 6 of those were life-threatening, and 5 of those the patient required a general anaesthetic and to be placed on a breathing machine.
In January, the Basics doctors in Hampshire answered 48 calls. They believe their presence was critical at 12 of those, where patients survived or recovered better because they were at the scene to bridge the gap between the skills of paramedics and expert hospital care.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, when it's pouring down with rain and cold outside, and I know that all of the Basics doctors question why they're involved with the charity, and the simple answer to that is we make real differences to real people.
I couldn't say it wasn't an essential service because I've still got Christopher. I would say I might not have.